of News Review brought to you by Wisdom Yard Television. I am Odunayo Adelere. And with me in the studio this morning,
I'm Ambassador Rochim Orilu, son of the prophetess, the man, reasonable. Okay, good morning, good afternoon to all our viewers. Good evening, wherever you are watching all over the world. Please keep on watching WYTV.
We are on all social media platforms. We're on Facebook, on YouTube, on X account, on TikTok, on Instagram at Wisdom Yard Online TV. You can as well join the WhatsApp community on 070-1010-8549. I want to appreciate our sponsor, Nokpa Abals, for always staying through for us. That the Nokpa Abals is not allowing this show to go down the drain. We say a very big thank you to you. You know what we do on the show, bring to you news that made it top. We'll go on a short commercial break. When we'll come back, we'll discuss on the one we feel we should talk about, but we'll not be the only one talking. You can as well drop your own comments in the comment section. Let's rub our minds together. So on Punch newspaper this morning, we have food crisis, military deploys troops in northwest, north central farms. Federal government begins duty-free import of food items. EFCC detains Nakon Chia, recovers 314,098 Saudi riyals. Ganduje's corruption case documents stolen during protest, governor. On Vanguard newspaper, we have police alert public on one chance robbery as victim loses 700,000 naira in Ogun. Fubara swears in 5 new commissioners, 2 special advisors. Jonathan calls for a church-led health revolution in Nigeria. On Daily Post newspaper, we have Africa can progress without peace, unity, says Tinubu. Women protest half-naked over killings, kidnappings in Ondo. Depot owners deny opposing local refineries. These are the news that made it to talk today. Let's go on a short commercial break to our sponsor, Nokpa. When we come back, we'll continue from where we stop. Don't go nowhere, stay tuned, we'll be right back.
When life breaks into the beautiful splendor of nature, and the kids can't just resist the temptation to explore to its zenith with the full assurance that the perfect backup is on the way for a perfect refilling. Nokpa, we always come to the rescue anytime, anywhere, any day, anyway, anyhow, round the clock. Your family just can't get a better companion aside Nokpa. Nokpa Herbal Mixture, your family's best bet.
With Nokpa, healthy living is guaranteed for me and my family.
Nokpa for management of power.
You're welcome back from that short commercial break. That is our sponsor, Nokpa. Remember to adorn your health with herbals. Health is wealth. So the first one here this morning says, federal government begins duty-free import of food items.
You see, I'm tired of hearing all this kind of news, all these days, because I could remember it. You said?
You can't be tired.
Why shouldn't I be tired? If federal government is coming out to do something, they have announced, let them start implementing it. So there's no need. You see, most of the problem we're having with all these corrupt leaders was that, okay, for instance now, you want to start repairing a road. Okay. There will still be a ceremony whereby the president or the governor of that state will still come out and do the flag off of that road. What's the meaning of that? During the military era, when the military says, okay, from tomorrow, Lagos-Ibadan Express Road will start
they will start commissioning the road.
Commissioning the road. What happens immediately? They will swing into action. But all these ones, they have been proposing this for the past 2-3 weeks now. Now they have come out and say, okay, we have started. And I read the news this morning that there are terms and conditions applied to it. Applied to what? Duty free on food importation. Now the question is, who are the set of people that were given the license to import food? If rice was being imported from this Cotonou nearby here, and were being seized by the custom, who are those set of people that were given the license to import food into this country?
The Nigeria Customs Service has been directed to start the implementation of the 0% import duty and exemption of value-added tax on basic food items, the Punch report. This was after President Bola Tinubu approved the implementation of 0% import duty and exemption of value-added tax on basic food items. The Ministry of Finance confirmed the approval in a letter to the Nigerian Customs Service dated August 8, 2024. The Nigerian Customs Service also confirmed the development in a document shared with one of the correspondents on Wednesday. Responding, the Comptroller General of the NCS, Bashir Adeni, instructed officials of the service to commence enforcement measures. Now, there was when Dangote wanted to do his refinery, we heard there was duty free
on all the equipment that was
at
brought
the
in.
end of the day,
the man came out.
Another story came out that it was not duty free.
They said the land was given free of charge, that it was free through zone.
Right
free
from
zone.
the purchase of the land to the last thing he did in that
Then
Dangote
who are
refinery.
in charge of those import duty? And nobody has been persecuted that has been prosecuted yet till now under this administration. Do they really know what they are doing? If Dangote are coming, okay, the question that the Lagosians have kept on asking and the whole Nigeria kept on asking was that the $100 million that was being paid by Dangote on that land, where is the money? What do they use the money for?
For the fact that there is even evidence, for the fact that there is receipt, that is why whatever you want to do, whatever deal you want to carry out with somebody, make sure there is a third party and there is evidence that this thing actually happened. If there was no receipt, there was nothing. When Dangote came out and said he paid money, they would have come outside to counter what he said.
Let me tell you this. You know Dangote, you know the kind of man Dangote is within our society, even within Africa. They can't come out and say, even if there was no receipt, they can't come out and go against what Dangote said, because it has a certain bank where the money is being transferred to.
Sure. In the circular titled Approval for the Implementation of 0% Duty Rate on Basic Food Items, the NCS said the Ministry of Finance sent a letter to the service informing the agency that Tinubu has approved the implementation. The letter, dated August 14, 2024, and signed by the Deputy Comptroller General C.K. Nyagwan, noted that the food commodities include maize, ox brown rice, wheat, green beans, and millet. She stated that the policy is restricted to the items listed and is effective from July 15 to December 31st, 2024. And today is August 14.
So when those foods comes in, within those period of time, we have the opportunity the Nigerians have the opportunity to relax on food items. After that, what happened? There will be a price hike in all those items again. Is this how to run a government? During Goodluck Jonathan, the borders were open. Food came in. There was a surplusage in the land, that everybody has the right to go and buy whatever he likes in the market within the range of what you have in your hand. Then, when you look at what happened then, education is very easy to access.
It was cheap.
Ed sector was very easy to access.
Cheap.
When Buhari came in, the whole story changed. Compared to when Tinubu came in. When you are talking of drug now, go out there, go and ask how much they sell, just ordinary paracetamol. Paracetamol that was being sold for 20 naira. Go and ask how much they sell. All this antibiotic that was being sold to counter malaria, go and see the rates, how typhoid is moving around the whole town. Automatically, if the whole citizen die, this set of people don't care.
The letter reads, I'm directed to forward herewith a copy of the Federal Ministry of Finance letter confirming His Excellency Mr. President's approval for the implementation of 0% rate and value-added tax exemption on some basic food items. You are to note the following. The policy is restricted to the items listed in the letter and it's effective July 15, 2024 until December 31st, 2024. The importation of these items shall be limited to investors with milling capacity and a very favorable backward integration program for some of the items. Not even food that most Nigerians can actually say they want to eat, that are actually
giving duty free on them.
Why not the normal rice?
The normal rice,
Why not the normal beans?
So you see, let me tell you this.
Why special set of food?
This is to let the whole Nigerians know that this present government, I've been saying it with times without number, and I'll keep on saying that they have nothing good is coming out of these people. You remember the first tenure, the first year of Muhammadu Buhari?
Yeah.
The story was that it is getting too tough, it is getting too high. Things were getting too unbearable for the masses to purchase in the market. Okay. What they kept on saying was that, okay, please, this is just 1 year. Just let us have a little, let's exercise patience.
We did the twinkling of an eye.
But our brother Lai Mohammed kept on pointing an accusing finger on the past administration, which was the PDP, the 16 years of ruling, the 16 years of PDP ruling the affairs of this country. Before you get to know, 8 years gone, nothing to show as a good development in the face of the country than corruption.
Ganduje's corruption case documents stolen during protest.
Yes, it will surely come to this now. You see, let me tell you this. Let me go by the word. Let me bring this to the memory of our viewers and the whole world and the Nigerians as a whole.
That
When Oshiomhole was campaigning then, during when Edo State, Oshiomhole, not Edo State, when he was campaigning, when they were campaigning for Muhammadu Buhari then, he made mention of a statement. He uttered a statement then that rang in my memory. He said, "Join APC, your sins are forgiven." I think Ganduje was in a position was in PDP. Since all this while that they were opening, they were been calling for charges against Ganduje. I believe Ganduje would have been arrested. Look at what Yaya Bello is still there, working free, still on the run. I didn't think it was PDP member. What happened? They would have fetched him out from where he's hiding. So all these ones need not to give us headaches. Let's go straight to the point.
Kano State Governor Abba Yusuf on Wednesday undertook an on-the-spot assessment of the Kano State High Court, which was vandalized, looted, and raised amid the recent nationwide hunger protests, which turned out violent in the parts of the north. But one thing I want you to know is the sitting governor and Ganduje, they are not of the same party.
Yeah, if they are not of the same party.
Abba
Yes.
Yusuf is NNPP.
NNPP, yes.
And they are not friends.
Yes, they are not friends.
Ganduje is APC.
APC.
So I would have thought this man is coming out to support him.
To support Ganduje.
If he were to be an APC member.
If he were to be an APC member, he would have supported him. That's exactly what happened in Kogi State when Yaya Bello was about to be arrested. By then, Ododo came in and rescued him away because they are from the same party.
Yusuf during the tour regretted the invasion and destruction of the state high court by Hoodlums, lamenting that the hired miscreants carted away corruption charges documents on former governor of Kano State, Abdullahi Umaru Ganduje, who has been facing multiple charges before the state high court. According to a statement on Wednesday by the governor's spokesperson, Sanusi Tofa, the governor was conducted around the court premises by the state attorney general and commissioner for justice Aruna Didere, the chief registrar of the High Court Alhaji Abdullahi Bayero, and some other judges. It is very unfortunate that enemies of Kano State hired undesirable elements to vandalize one of the historic public buildings with a mission to subvert the corruption charges against the acting national chairman of the APC and former governor of the state, Dr. Abdullahi Umaru Ganduje, his family and aides. Yusuf was quoted to have said, I want to believe this thing was actually carted away, and should I say that these people that carted away the corruption charges case were actually hired by this set of people?
Well, okay.
Is it safe to say that?
Yes, it is safe to say that. If we all saw it on social media when they protest, the first day of the protest, where some anti-protesters were brought in to counter those that were going on their peaceful protest, being hired by the ruling party to go and counter them. So, I shouldn't
expect less.
Yes, exactly the point.
All right, last but not the least, Africa can progress without peace, unity, says Tinubu.
He's not talking about how Nigeria is going to progress. He's talking about Africa.
He's an ECOWAS president.
If he's the ECOWAS president, and he would have made sure Nigerian progress. Because the ECOWAS chairman must be a good and leading example for the rest of the Africa.
My concern is all those other countries under ECOWAS. Did you not see what is actually happening?
Because they saw Nigeria as a giant of Africa, and the mineral resources in Nigeria, they believe they can still tap from it. And for them to have used Buhari, to have used Tinubu to be the ECOWAS chairman, you know what it entails now. I don't think I can actually come outside anywhere to actually say Nigeria is still the giant of Africa. That is what is there. Presently happening. Let me tell you this. African leaders, when you look at African leaders, are you telling me that the whole African leaders put together in ECOWAS, they are not corrupt? So when you see an African leaders that are corrupt, do you think they will go to the extent of looking at what is going on in your country? Niger was part of ECOWAS before military took over. Yeah. They pull out of ECOWAS. Mali was part of ECOWAS before military took over. They pull out. Burkina Faso was a part of ECOWAS. And who are those people that are running the affairs? They so-called democracy leader that are ruining the affairs of those so-called country. Now look at them now. Tinubu was setting a panel to go and converse with them so that they can bring democracy back into all those places where military have been ruled. Are you telling me that somebody that was being brought out from a single room, out from the village, was taken to a room and parlor self-contained? We ever pray to go back to the single room in the village? Or somebody that was taken out of a room self-contained was taken to a 4-bedroom apartment in Lekki there? We now pray that you will go and live at Epe Aja.
Not even Epe Aja, Makoko
or Ajegunle. So what are you saying? So do you believe the people of that country who are enjoying the benefit of their present military rule will tell you that they will want to go back to democracy?
Obviously, no. President Bola Tinubu says there will be no development in Africa without peace and unity. The president also said the peace, stability, and democracy are the keys to Africa's progress and development. Tinubu made this statement on Wednesday at a dinner organized in his honor by President of Equatorial Guinea at the Malabo Palace. The Nigerian leader said Africa must take charge in solving its own problems, rejecting external expectations of conflict and instability. Prior to the dinner, Tinubu and his host had sat for talks and signed agreements in various areas, including petroleum security, amongst others. He called on African leaders to prioritize peace, stability, and progress, saying the time is now to take action. He highlighted the brain drain and talent loss Africa faces due to poverty, anti-judicial system, and tribalism, emphasizing that these issues must be addressed to foster development. Sir, my own is take care of your home before going out to start boasting around to people that we can actually do better in Africa. Nigeria is bleeding.
A chairman of a CDA, somebody that was elected as a chairman of a CDA, going around telling the old landlords that, okay, this place cannot develop except the corporation. Why your house is there leaking? I don't know the kind of person who have elected that man as a chairman of the CDA. So these are some of those things that we need to look into. Before you name a child, you must surely look at the background of the house. So when you see somebody, you said in your speech that how come did they choose this man as the chairman of ECOWAS with what is going on in Nigeria?
Without looking at what's happening in Nigeria.
The both leaders that came together, that sat on the round table, they are the same mindset. They are of the same mindset. So are you telling me somebody that cannot see beyond the future of the country? A good leader must be a leader. Even when you close your eyes, you must see beyond what you can see with your physical eyes while your two eyes are opening. Let me tell you this, some of the railway lines, some of the railway that has been outdated in some of these civilian countries, we are celebrating, that we are proud of it in this era that we have. Then you can see that all the leaders that we have, let me say all of the leaders who have been blindfolded by the wedge of this country. They have nothing good to offer this country than to go there. For instance, now look at what happened in the daily, in one of the newspapers today, that a takeaway home senator, the monthly salary of a senator was 21 million naira. Why all these senators were against of giving NLC 250,000 naira.
No, 250,000 naira is kind of far.
That 21
when
million
they agreed
naira,
on 60,000 naira,
what for? And we said the country is in disarray. We said we want the old Nigerian to sacrifice themselves for the country. Why you people were sitting on the national cake believing you are above the old Nigerians that have elected you? Odio Fife said something that, who among you, when there was a press conference that was called in Abuja, who among you that are sitting down here can move to your own constituency that you were being elected, that you can move freely and stay there for good 2 weeks?
2 weeks is much. Can you stay for 24 hours? Can you stay for 24 hours?
That is where we have found ourselves.
Nigeria is bleeding. I think the president really needs to be on his toes, on his 10 toes, to know that Nigeria is actually bleeding. Nigeria, you cannot be saying your house cannot be bad and you going out there to start repairing other people's house. It is not possible. Like you said, before you name a child, you check the child's background. I am being pressured to say that thing in my language because it is more sweeter in my language than
I don't
understand. How did we get here? People voted you in with the hope that you are going to change Nigeria for better. But here we are. It's getting worse and worse every day.
And you see, I wonder why when there was a summit that was held in Abuja day before yesterday, where the Goodluck Jonathan was there, President Muhammadu Buhari and other people like that, telling you that you are on the right path. I watched a video when the president was asking Oshiomhole, are we doing right?
What did he say?
Are we on the right path? Oshiomhole said, yes, sir. I wept for the future of this country.
All right, we've come to the end of News Review today. Do not forget to follow us on all our social media platforms. We're on Facebook, on YouTube, on X account, on TikTok, on Instagram, at Wisdom Yard Online TV. I am Odunayo Adelere. Thank you, Ambassador Oluwaro.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Nopa, for always staying through for us. They will come again on your screen. Be good and be fine. Bye for now.